Excellent. Excellent job on the daily catalyst. So yesterday we finished talking about the stomach, and today I'm going to tell you where the stomach can be found. Here we are. So the stomach is located underneath our lungs. Goodbye, don't need these anymore. It's found just below the heart, or we can also call that inferior to the heart. And it's also found inferior to this weird looking organ. What's this liver called? What's the organ called? The liver. We'll talk about this more today, but here we go. This is the stomach, right here. Look at all of the veins and arteries all over that. Why do you think it has all those veins and arteries? Not for the mucus. No mucus in the veins and arteries. What do you think? Why is there so much blood traveling to the stomach? Drake?
So that there could be oxygen towards it. I'm not listening to music.
Not so much because of the oxygen. What else does your blood carry? Nutrients. So what do you think is actually happening inside of the stomach? It's absorbing those nutrients. In fact, the stomach is the first place you start to absorb things, such as water or salts, that your body needs instantly. That happens before it gets to the other organs of the digestive system. Now, one quick question, this is kind of a pop quiz. We learned how there were actually two things that stopped the contents from moving around inside the stomach. Who knows what we call that kind of gate that keeps things from spilling out or moving onward? Not ulcer, the sphincter. The sphincter. And notice there's two of them right here. I want to pass this around. Be gentle with that. Someone, I think, earlier wasn't so gentle when it started to break. So be careful, please, as you pass this around to your fellow classmates. So there is our stomach. But now, let's go ahead and talk about the next place where our food travels to. What do we call the next place where food travels after it leaves the stomach? Drake?
Small intestine. But I got.
You have a question?
Yes.
All right, thanks for having your hand up.
So then, what's that little green thing under the liver?
Oh, I'm so excited to tell you all about that. But please be patient. We'll get there soon enough.
Okay.
All right, so the small intestines. What do they do for us? Well, we might have already learned that most of the digestion that takes place in our body happens inside of our stomach. That's when we go and break down our food. How do we break down food in our stomach? We do chemical digestion, good, but how? Enzymes, excellent. That's one way. And what's the other way our stomach breaks down our food? The hydrochloric acid referred to. Acids, good. But there's more. In the small intestines, you also have digestion taking place. There is, in fact, 3 major nutrients that are broken down. The first is carbohydrates. That's also broken down inside the stomach. And how is it? What is the name of the enzyme that helps us break down carbohydrates? Drake?
Amylase.
Amylase enzyme. That's right. Right there. And what is the organ that produces that amylase enzyme for us? Tatiana, what do you think?
Pancreas.
The pancreas. Exactly. You're going to see that the pancreas, we'll learn about more, is actually incredibly important for digestion. Now, besides carbohydrates, there's also proteins that are broken down there. Now, this is a different group of enzymes, different than the pepsin found in our stomach. What is the name of the enzymes that are produced in the pancreas that are sent to the small intestines? Francisco? Think you can try to muster saying that? No, you can try. We'll come back, all right? Drake?
Trypsin.
Trypsin, excellent. It is what? Trypsin. Jim, what's the other one? That's a tough one.
I don't know.
Chymotrypsin. Francisco, want to give it a try again? Chymotrypsin. Excellently spoken, sir. So those two are special enzymes that break down what again? Protein. Good. The third major nutrient that's broken down inside the small intestines are lipids. Lipids are also called what?
Fats.
Fats. Excellent. Now, there are two ways that your small intestines break down those lipids. What's one way? Christina Gilrays? Bile, yeah. What's the organ that makes bile? The liver, good. And there's also another enzyme. Kevin, what do we call the enzyme that's produced in the pancreas that breaks down lipids? I'll give you a hint. Like lipids, it's called lip, and then it has an enzyme sound to it. Lipase. Very good. Sorry, Kevin, I couldn't hear you from way back there, perhaps. So these are the three major things that are broken down inside the small intestine. But that's not the major job of what it does. Your small intestines, which is located right here, inferior to the stomach, is where you're going to be doing something else. This is where you get those nutrients into your body themselves. What do we call that when you bring things in? Give you a hint, sponges do this. Absorb. It's going to absorb all those nutrients. So how do we do that? There are two ways you absorb nutrients into your body. One of it is through diffusion. Now diffusion, this is when we bring things from high concentration to low concentration. And the other is through active transport, where you actively grab molecules and pull them into the cells using energy. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to pass out our small intestines, but it also comes as a bonus. You're going to see superior to the small intestines are pancreas. This is where all of those enzymes are being produced for us. So take a good look, feel it, see where things are organized, and pass it on. 10 seconds with the notes. We're moving forward. Alright. So this is where all this work is being done, said Mr. Penguin. So there's a lot of things going on inside the small intestines other than just breaking down. The main way that your body absorbs all those nutrients are through these special structures called villi and microvilli. Villi are these finger-like projections that are surrounding your small intestines. Now, what this does is it basically makes your small intestine from the inside look like a bunch of carpet or velvet inside there. Nice and smooth. So what do all of those finger-like projections do? What are they maximizing that you need in order for absorption? Sweat? Go for it. What does all those villi, those finger-like projections, maximize? How does that help the small intestines absorb all those nutrients? What do they increase? Roberto, what do they increase, sir?
The surface area.
The surface area. That's right. If you want to absorb stuff, you're going to have lots of surface area order to actually grab it and bring it in. And that's what the villi and microvilli do. Because the villi, which are these little finger fishes here, they themselves have got layers of cells that have extra little brushes coming out of them to further grab things at the microscopic level. Something interesting about the small intestines, even though we call them small, they're not very short. They're extremely long. How long is the average person's small intestines?
6 meters long.
6 meters. How long is that? Is that 6 meters? No, it's more than this, right? Well, I got a ruler, a meter stick actually. We can measure that out from the wall. We'll go from right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If I were to rip out any of your intestines and pull them out from the stomach all the way to the large intestines, they'd be from the wall to here. That's how long the average person's small intestines are. Now, what's interesting, if I were to stretch it all out so that all of those villi are laying flat, how much area would that take up? A tennis court. That's how much surface area is found in each of your small intestines. Pretty big. So let's do a recap of the small intestines. So, D, what do the small intestines break down? What's one thing the small intestines break down? Proteins, good. Selena, what's another? Starches. Ryan, a third? Fats. But the main job of the small intestines is to do what, Lucky? Absorb nutrients. That's correct. Nice job, guys. So let's move on to the pancreas. I talked earlier about it, that it produces all those enzymes, right? And it's located right here. It's located inferior to the stomach, but superior to the small intestines. And it produces all those digestive enzymes. Now, these enzymes are important to know. So if you would, make sure you get these down in your notes well and study them, because I'll quiz you guys on these on your next test. So let's do a quick review. So one of the groups of enzymes digests proteins. Who can recall which enzymes break down proteins in the small intestines? That's produced by the pancreas. Ooh, that's one that breaks down starches. How about proteins? These are these tough ones to say. Remember Francisco? Trypsin? And chylotrypsin. Good. Those are the ones. Now here's a tough question. Who remembers back what the name is of the enzymes in the stomach that break down proteins? Drake?
Pepsin.
Pepsin, sir. Excellent. Excellent. So remember that pepsin is found in the stomach, and trypsin and tritrypsin is produced by the pancreas. Excellent. Now there's starches. All right. See if you guys remember this one. What is the name of the enzyme that breaks down starches? Amylase. Tatiana. Excellent. And the last one, Kevin, I'm bringing it back to you again. Can you remind the class, what's the name of the enzyme that breaks down lipase? Lipase. Lipase. Yeah, tomato. Lipase, lipase. You have the right idea, my friend. Good job. Oh, but there's more. Yes, there's more that the pancreas does for us. You know, what is it that protects the stomach from being dissolved by those acids and those enzymes? Mucus, that's right. Do you think there's a lot of mucus inside your small intestines?
No.
No way. You wouldn't be able to absorb anything if there was a thick layer of mucus around there. So, you have to get rid of that acid because you can't have mucus there to protect it. So, buffers are found inside your small intestines, produced by your pancreas. And what do they do? What do they neutralize? What do you think buffers neutralize so they don't burn through your small intestines? Acids. That's right. So that is what buffers do for us. Did we get a chance to see the stomach? Did we, so your favorite question, did we not see the stomach yet? Good, all right, we'll put them back together. 10 seconds. All right, so recap. What does the pancreas do, Anthony?
Pancreas produces enzymes in the digestive food.
Excellent, sir. Good answer. All right, now the next organ. One of my favorites. It's my favorite because it happens to be one of the largest organs in my body. The average human being has a liver that's about 3 pounds in weight. And it is the chemical factory of our body. All the chemicals that our body needs is produced, well, most of them at least, are produced here. This also helps to detoxify our blood and get rid of all the nasty things that are in there. But it also produces something really important for digestion. What is it that the liver produces? Bile. And what does bile do, Christy? It breaks up fat. That's one of the main functions of bile. And you have a very special way of storing that bile because the liver produces a little bit at a time. And it is stored in this special green organ, at least in our model, called the gallbladder. So Drake, you asked me earlier, what is this green thing? This is called the
Gallbladder.
the gallbladder. And what does it store, Jim? Bile. Excellent answer. So you can actually live without your gallbladder, but every time you ate a really fatty piece of food, you wouldn't be able to break it down very well and absorb the nutrients found inside of the fat that we eat. So that probably would end up giving you guys a lot of upset stomachs, but you can survive without your gallbladder, just to let you know. A lot like another organ you can cut out and still live with. Show me, I think I'm talking about. You could live without one kidney, true. What else? Not the large intestines, the little piece.
Yeah, it's the thing. It's like
Appendix. God, you guys are great. Awesome. Here's a little factoid about bile. Bile contains all of these dead red blood cells, and this is why your feces are usually a brown color. Don't worry about that. Just a little factoid. That the reason why your feces are this brown color is because of your bile. If you are having a healthy amount of bile going through your body, then you should have this kind of dark brown colored feces. Not that we're going to test that on anybody here. Drink.
Have you ever ate beef bile?
I've never had beef bile. I didn't know that was something you could eat.
It's actually pretty good.
Huh. Huh.
There's no pepper.
No, though I've never eaten bile, I'll tell you what though, I have eaten liver. Liver is probably one of the most nutritious parts of an animal. The liver is packed full of vitamins and minerals. And even though it has a kind of a funny taste, I mean, who here has eaten liver before? Yeah. It has kind of a strong flavor, right? That's because of all the different minerals and vitamins that are found in there. It's just energy packed. In fact, there are some animals that have so many vitamins inside their liver. Take, for instance, a polar bear or a seal. That if you were to eat it, it'd kill you because there's so many vitamins, it's actually toxic. True story. But we'll spend more time talking about nutritional values of things next week. What I want to go and bring you into is a great video talking all about the liver. Here's what I want you to do. I talked about one thing the liver does for us, which is what? I want you, while you're watching the video in your notes, to please write down at least 2 other things that the liver does for us. So as you watch the video, in your notes, write 2 other things that the liver does for us. Here we go.